That's part of the combine, the defense combine they have every year, Tiger Rock Martial Arts here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Master Joe Calhoun, my instructor for so long. How have you been?
Good to see you. Yeah.
Talk about the importance of being involved in something as wonderful as martial arts.
So, for our children and adults, the martial arts program is designed as a vehicle to teach them perseverance, self-control, different social skills that they need that are important in everyday life, not just martial arts training.
Right.
And our defense combine takes all of our defense skills, rolling, agility, strength, and you were here a little bit earlier, all the noise. So it's more like a self-defense situation where they have to learn how to deal with stress. They got to roll, they got to kick, they got to punch, and it's all real-life exercise for our students.
And the concentration, too, like you said, with all the sound, the noise going on, there's going to be distractions.
Right, in a self-defense situation, there's going to be a lot of stress.
So you got to be able to focus.
And focus.
And
You're
focus
absolutely correct. And you know about that. You've been in class.
I know that. I did this for many, many years, and earned my black belt last year. I'm very, proud of that. It's even at my age, it's been a great thing. But a lot of people think that people go, take martial arts so they can be bullies and all this stuff, but it's more of a self-training and mainly for discipline.
Right. It's a personal experience. It's more of an individual experience. And statistically, and we've done studies at different universities, especially children, the more martial arts they take, and adults, the less tendency they have to aggression. Mm-hmm. So we use it as a vehicle to get rid of all that extra energy, because all the kids don't get enough exercise throughout their academic school day. Mm-hmm. And Tiger Rock we have over 100 schools across the country, and all over the country today, all of our Tiger Rock schools are doing the defense combine. So mm-hmm. it's going all over the country today.
Now there's actually 2 Tiger Rock facilities here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Your school, which is also on Pass Road in Gulfport.
Right, and then we have senior
Grandmaster Hensley,
who's been a student of mine since 1986, I believe.
Which is about the time when I started with you years ago. Back in when you were over on Pass Road in Gulfport, too.
Exactly.
When I got started with you.
It's a great experience for youth and adults, and it's very exhausting. Senior Grandmaster Hensley and myself have done it, and by the time you get to the end, it's a little tiresome.
You're panting.
Yeah.
They had a board breaking competition a couple of years ago, which I participated in, and actually won. Because you had how many boards you could break in a New York minute,
right?
As you said, which I broke 23 running around the room doing things like that. And at my age, that's kind of hard to do. But
we have different competitions
throughout the year.
Throughout the year, so we're a competitive school, and we want to get our children and adults used to the idea of competition, because that's a way of life.
You have a local tournament every year.
We have.
And then you have
a local tournament, and then we have another tournament in Hattiesburg, and then we have our national tournament, which we just had in San Antonio. We had close to 2,000 competitors.
Wow.
And the district tournaments are a little bit smaller, so people can get their foot in the door and get an idea of what competition is like. And then we have our smaller local defense combine and board breaking. So.
Now, the boards that I broke were green, which is for my age, my level. The ones that we've seen, the younger ones breaking are white. There's white, yellow, green, orange, brown, blue, brown.
Right. So
what are the different? They used to years ago when I did it in the '80s, we broke wood.
Well, we took the wood, the different sizes, and went to the university and said, "Can you give us," or to a company, and they designed a board that is equivalent to the wood. So you hear some people talk about, "Oh, well, they're not breaking the wood." Actually, these require more accuracy, because if you don't hit the middle, it won't break. You remember the old days in the wood, you could hit it different places and it would break. Mm-hmm. But these are rebreakable. They're good for conserving our trees, and they're good for about 5,000 breaks, and you have to be very accurate. So it was a great thing when Tiger Rock shifted to that. Some of the old timers were saying, "Oh no," but it's turned out really great.
So what is the significance between the different colors? Like I know each one signifies a certain thickness.
They get a little stronger and harder to break as you move up through the different colors.
Well, I remember like if you broke 1 inch of wood or something like that, it was like breaking a rib.
Something like similar to a bone in the face. It just depends. And they kick the boards and punch the bags, because you can't do that when you're training
Right.
with your students. We can't like pummel each other like we used to. And so we teach our students how to penetrate a target and hit a bag really hard so that they don't hurt each other when they're sparring on the mat.
Yeah.
So that type of training where you're trying to hurt each other doesn't make sense.
Now, what is the youngest that you've had a student?
My youngest was about 3 3/4. Okay, we have 4 and 5-year-old Tiger Cubs, which will be later in the day. We have juniors that are 6 to 11. We have teens that are 12 to 15, and then our adults 16 and older.
Oldest, if I can remember.
Our oldest student was 78, and that was a young gentleman named Tom.
I remember Tom.
Yeah, he got his black belt with us.
I remember that very well. That was quite a moment.
Yes,
when
it's pretty great. He's an ex-submariner in the Navy.
But again, it's such a great competition that they have throughout the year and different things that you have. And then, of course, you have testing every 2 months, depending on the level. And, you know, it's
Something every month.
something going on every month.
You bet.
Senior Grandmaster Hensley, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Jim.
You've been, as Master Calhoun said, you've been doing this for a while yourself.
Yes, sir. I've been in it almost 40 years now. Yes.
And you're...
I actually started when I was in Korea. I was in the military. I was in the Air Force.
Why Taekwondo? There's so many different options out there. Why Taekwondo?
I just always, as a kid, I just wanted to do martial arts, like most kids when they grow up. Just in that era, it wasn't available. So when I went to, they sent me to Korea in the Air Force, I knew I wanted to start. And I started there. But when I got back, I found Grandmaster Calhoun, and the rest was history. Been with him ever since.
Well, Taekwondo, by the way, is Korean, and it stands for way of the hand and foot.
Yes.
So because 70% of the techniques are done with the leg, the foot, and the other 30% with the hands. So it's advantageous in so many different ways because you know, with your leg, you can reach a lot farther.
Yes.
But there's so many different things that you teach, especially starting out young kids.
Yes, I mean, and so if you watch the event today, I mean, just that, I was thinking if I could be 6 or 7 years old and did that, it would have just been so awesome.
You and me both, sir.
You know, to build the martial spirit, you know, that ability to say, I can do, whatever it takes, I'm going to get it done. That's the black belt attitude. It's not about how great you can kick or punch. It's what comes from inside. And we all have it here, that we're kindred spirits.
That definitely. Sir, always a pleasure to see you.
Same here.
Both locations, Master Calhoun's is on Pass Road in Gulfport, just east of Cal and Lorraine Road, and Master Hensley's on 3 Rivers Road in Gulfport, just north of Dido Road.